Hey, what's going on, you guys? Hyperion-Blue-GT is here. It's time to get ready to start the tour for the live summit event in the Crew 2 Grand Depart. With the concurrent launch of Motorflix Season 3 and the introduction of the US Speed Tour East is going to be taking place from New York to New York in 8 weeks. We'll be having some two types in the time trial for street racing and a time attack for the touring car disciplines. So it looks like this is going to be the perfect moment. We'll be having a different genre. We'll be having a most excited competition to see how everybody could probably have to beat the time to going in on places to places. As you really enjoy watching the video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some more videos if you like. Feel free to enjoy anytime you want for the entertainment. Now it's time to get ready to start the live summit event, and let's begin. Today we have 3 vehicles in the event bundle for only 20% discount off and about 1.9 million bucks to be available by the purchase. So first up, we have a Koenigsegg Agera R Drift Edition to be at the horsepower at 1140, top speed at 273 miles per hour, and that is going to be the only first recommend hypercar to be in the drift discipline. Just like the McLaren MP412C could probably do a lot of fast handling, will be doing a good steady grip. Next up, the Lamborghini Aventador LP704 for having a horsepower of 700, top speed at 217 miles per hour, and this is going to be a perfect all-wheel drive hypercar. Will be going in to be on the open road. And for the last vehicle, the Red Bull RB14 2018 in the Alpha Grand Prix discipline. 900 horsepower for only a top speed of 211 miles per hour. But this is going to be a true successor of the RB13 in the 2017 model. So it looks like it's time to get ready to go on over to purchase 3 cars all at once. And here I come, and let's get ready to participate in the first tour of the live summit event. Now take a good look at the different background in the pause menu, folks. It looks very good to be in the pit with a starting grid to be giving a good spotlight. So right now, for this feature for the update, that we might have to switch all equipped parts to another vehicle. So I had to be using with the Red Bull RB13 with some installed parts will be switched over to be in the RB14. So let's see, this we might have to switch select parts to this vehicle, and there you go. Parts have been successfully switched, and that will might give a good extra adjustment that will be giving a good performance. But probably that would be not possible to be switched with some fully installed parts to a different category. That will might give a failure. See? It could be switched to a different vehicle in the same category, folks. Different disciplines, that will might be much possible. Will be giving some organized. We'll have to get settled in before you'll be able to enter the event. So right now, just gonna have to switch the parts from the McLaren MP412C drift discipline. Will be switched over to be in the Koenigsegg Agera R. Okay, there you go. Switch over to the Agera R to have a full maximum performance level. And for the Lamborghini Aventador, who really wants that parts to be fully maximum, so I had to switch over from my Corvette C7CR1 convertible over to the Aventador. There you go. Performance will be reached up maximum and up to be at 1130 horsepower. I've been waited so long to get that platinum reward. It's going to be much successful to be reached up to be at rank 33 10th place. 4 rewards is all I really wanted to do this. This is perfect. I've been waiting for to get that Fading Stars window kit to be on the rare affinity item, and goes on for the check mark to be at the platinum, the loot digger to be boosted, and this is going to be much excitement for having a drift race discipline will be recommended. So just gonna have to collect 4 rewards all at once, and that will might have some more currency credits to be installed. Okay, looks like this is gonna be good to have some different rewards to be in the first live summit event for the brand new update. Frame pack for 150,000 followers. Exterior parts for the Koenigsegg Agera R Drift Edition. a Ford Mustang GT, and a Nitro Gimmicks to be boosted for the air race disciplines. Looks like this is going to get much interesting to have some highlights on the summit features. Discover themed live summits with exclusive weekly rewards, compete in events and skills to rank up on the leaderboards, and earn additional one-up rewards for every event. Wow, looks like this is going to be quite giving some changes from Ubisoft whenever it comes in for having some different changes in the live summit events. It looks very good to have all kinds of different rewards on every kinds of specific events. Exceptions of 3 skills is going to be the only same thing, and for the 6th event is going to be having some different rewards with some followers, parts, and bugs will be included to be having some different categories. So let's go on over. We're having 3 skills. We'll be doing a speed trap. Will be taking place New York Bridge. The same thing that I just used the Dodge Challenger SRT Demon in the interception unit before starting up the video of the full walkthrough. Just gonna have to reverse to be pulled away near towards the end of the radius. Just gonna have to make a good stop here and get ready to go over to switch my dragster Corvette by switching up with some parts exchange. Gonna have to use the CTR3, the Nitro Chemist, and goes right in. There you go. Parts has been successfully switched. Okay, here we go, folks. Time to get ready to start the quarter-mile distance to beat the speed trap. Just gonna have to rev up and wait the green spot mark to be ready to go on over to be on the standby. There you go. Hit the throttle and go faster by having a long distance nitro. Wow, that was incredible. 369.7 miles per hour. Almost to be at 370. And there you go, folks. Looks like putting up a new clip for only a new record for only 118,000 points to be having a new record set. 1 down, only 8 more to go. So I have decided to save it for later to be taking part in the escape. But I know it was, and it's going to be uptown to be located at the Central Park in New York City. Doing skill number 2 for the aerobatics, we'll be going in to be flying on the air. So let's do this. Taking on in Central Park is going to be the best spot out there to be in the East Coast. So let's just going to have to switch over to a different plane. And that means I have to use the Hammett Rocket. 3 will be ready to use. Switch back onto the filters. Do an air race, and now this is going to be the good plane that will be quite very good use since the Las Vegas flight. Now for only New York City, time to enter the gate. We'll be going over to fly onto the Biggers. Stay on it, take 1,000 points, pass through onto the Empire State Building. Very good. Just gonna have to keep steady on the figures. That's more like it. Perfection. And go straight towards the finish line at the Statue of Liberty. Wow. That was pretty good, easy enough. 14,113 points. This is going to be a very good thumbs up record for having a good achievement for only 1,100,000 points. That was so impressive. So right now, it's time to get ready to take 6 events on different categories by doing some parts, followers, and some currency bucks will be needed. So I have to be very organized to be much specifically if I could probably have to do this, folks. This looks very different from the previous update, but now it's time to get going on for having some 2 types with 3 categories is going to get much interesting. Starting out to be on the hypercar discipline by using the Lamborghini Aventador LP704, we'll be going on for having a most hypercar distance race. We'll be taking on in Bronx. This one is a district named to be in the East Coast, to be in the America. So that means that one might give a good hypercar speed. We'll be ready to go on over by using a single Lamborghini to be having a good performance, to be giving a best performance level at 320. So let's use the 2012 hypercar Aventador and get ready to go on for a starting grid.
3, 2.
Time to feel the need for speed. Here I go, folks. Let's hit the nitro and reach the top 3.
You've got this. You're a rock star.
Okay, there's Tio in the McLaren P1. Looks like he's ready to go on over to have that good event. Gonna have to pass him.
First place. Woohoo!
Feels good to have a nice hypercar in the all-wheel drive performance. Now, looks like this is going to be the only same thing like Winter Agent from the previous event. Gonna have to do the same thing by having a different condition because it's going to be a brilliant daytime. So I have to do this by the rush. There you go. Reach that maximum speed to be at 253 miles per hour. Gonna have to stay stable. Boost up the nitro. Checkpoint clear and pass through the tunnel onto the bridge. Saved by the brake. Now just gonna have to keep follow the trail to reach up onto the next destination. Great. Gonna have to keep a good maintained line when... Halfway there, folks. 50% on the progression. Now coming in at the town. Slow down. Take that checkpoint towards the left turn at the street. We may know that we have done this, folks, but we still got a lot of good speed by having a different high-performance hypercar. Okay, just gonna slow down. Stay on the focus on the road. Only 25% to go, folks. Just gonna have to keep a good progress on the progression. Very good. Almost there. Just gonna have to pass through onto the corners of the road. Hold the brake. Use the nitro again. Gonna head towards the finish line. This is it. Gonna have to ace it. That's more like it. 3 minutes and 23.433 seconds by a new record set for the Aventador LP704. It was very good, and some 3 parts plus an exterior part will be received as a double bonus. Wow, that was a pretty good New York event on the live summit for having some first events. Now, looks like this is going to be giving a different checkmark to be completed by having 150 followers to be completed. That one is going to be the first part to be completed. Now for the street race to be moving on to proceed, we'll be going over to be at a different location to be in the East Coast. It's going to be Motor Trend Classic Challenge. This one is going to be the most old-fashioned muscle car that I'm about to be ready to take a good use of the Corvette C2 Grand Sport. Just gonna have to sit back and wait until I'm about to be given the best muscle car for having a good exclusive event by MotorTrend. Now, let's see, this is going to be giving a lot of good street racing disciplines. Just choose by the vehicle or a motorcycle. Well, anyway, I should probably have to go with a C2 Corvette Grand Sport that might give a good recommendation. Alright, let's go for it. Time to race for the muscle cars for only the best classic street racer for having a race car to be giving a good topless version. So it's time to go fast and go onto the streets in the downtown district.
I'll stop talking so you can start driving.
Okay, first place in the lead. Now coming in to do the best moment out there. Gonna have to ace this course. I'm really sure that I might have to do my best. Kick it up onto the fourth gear. This one might give a good excellent speed. Slide it in onto the corners by using the handling. Lap number 1 clear. Now for the final lap. 50% on the halfway point, folks. Kick it up onto the high gear. Looks very nice and giving a good excellent speed by having a full straightaway whenever it comes in onto the next corner by different directions. But I always loved that C2 Grand Sport Corvette, just like the standard Stingray version. Here comes the finish line. Pass through and first place complete. Pure driving for only 1 minute and 43 seconds by a record set to be achieved. Over 100,000 points to be complete by the check mark, and that means 100,050 followers will be giving a good successful complete as the second part as a tier. Two down in different categories, only 4 more to go. Now it's time to go on over to do some loot to be on 2 events to be using for the drift discipline of the Koenigsegg Agera R and the Albrecht Grand Prix of the Red Bull R314. But anyway, time to go drifting to be at Upper East Side for the Koenigsegg Agera. We'll be having some full performance part will be needed to be recommended since the example of the introduction for the updates. But it looks very good to have all parts to be switched over to a different vehicle by doing the exchange. But I kind of like it, but it is pretty good to have some different changes for the game. Now it's time to get ready to go on over and do a hypercar drift, and that means the perfect fortune for the UDRS Insport Tech is going to be the best spot out there. Okay, gonna have to do this once. Driving on the Mazda RX-7 is gonna give much different characteristics when using the hypercar. Just gonna have to slow and steady and take a good grip. Hold it. Still try to get used to it. Feels challenging whenever it comes in on the heavy handling. Alright, looks like this is going to be pretty good, but sometimes taking a lot of bumps and scratches is going to be ruining up the most chain records. Okay, very good. Just gonna have to do the first attempt. Only 30 seconds to go. Okay, looks like another Motor Stars earned on driver, and looks like this is going to be the time event over. Alright, so looks like legendary parts to be collected, and that means this is going to be the result outcome, so it is going to be giving a low record. So I have to restart over again, folks. This one is pretty challenging whenever it rides with a hypercar to be in the drift discipline. Same thing as goes for the McLaren MP412C, but the different characteristics of the handling is going to get much longer it takes.
2.
Okay, attempt number 2 is going underway. Just keep it slow and steady without taking a contact. Okay, looks like I just finally got my own rhythm. Do some good slow technique by drifting, and this will might give a good speed of advantage that will might give a good improvement skill. Slow and regain some drifting skills. Okay, just gonna have to stay focused on the time. Just slide around left and right. Check mark to be received and ejected complete. 1 minute out. Feels like taming a wild beast is going to be much harder it looks, but I'm still trying to embrace it for the Koenigsegg Agera R to be in the drift skills pool to be needed. 30 seconds left. Oh man, looks like it just barely took a contact, but I still got over 100,000 points to be reached up. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and event over in the second attempt. Wow, looks like this is going to be quite giving a main score outcome. So let's see the results. Halfway there, almost to be at 50,000 points. So let's go on over to attempt number 3. This one is pretty challenging, folks. Going high handling on the expert means giving a high speed performance whenever it goes in to master on every corners by doing an excellent drift. Feels like Asphalt 8, but different in the Crew 2. It's going to be giving much challenging to be race and drift around the track on the different disciplines. Gonna have to go harder out there. Pack it up with a nitro. Stay steady on the wall. Keep it up. Looks like I have finally got it. Close call. Still got this in the bag. Alright, looks like this is going to be the only main stopping point to be at the early call. Over 300,000 points and objective is complete. Now for only 10 seconds left, I'm gonna make it. Oh yeah, looks like this is gonna be giving a good third successful attempt. That will bring up points towards 300,000 points to be reached up towards higher. And that means 128,000 points to be received to be in the outcome summary in the live summit event. I am so very good to master the Agera R in the drift discipline, folks. Very challenging and pretty much successful to be approved. Now, looks like it's time to get ready to go on over to be in the Alpha Grand Prix for having a Jersey City for only a no restricted. That means this is going to be much impressive. We'll be using two types of a Red Bull racing machine in the Formula 1 race car. So should I have to go with the RB13 or RB14? My recommend pick, RB14 is going to be the perfect answer. Will be need some more increased performance towards maximum to be at 340. So let's use the RB14 in the red Pirelli tire sticker. It's going to be the best pick before moving on in the Financial District Special Mix event.
3, 2.
This type of the chassis of the RB14 reminds me of a similarity of the SF19 Super Formula.
You're so gonna win this one.
Okay, just gonna have to go in and make that good clear overtake on clearance. Sector 1 clear by the head start. Now goes on in Sector 2. Hit the nitro to go faster. Hit the next turn in Sector 3. But this racing machine is a very good true successor from the RB13 back in 2017. But in 2018 for the RB14, it's a very good different chassis model equipped with a racing soft compound tires made by Pirelli. Lap number 1 clear, moving on in lap number 2. Gonna have to keep a good maintained focus on the track. Excellent work. Do the inside of the apex. Keep a good pressure onto the white smoke tires. And here comes Sector 4. Okay, gonna have to take the full straightaway towards the final lap. Very much different improvement, just like the previous racing model, folks. But it looks very awesome to have a standard edition. But if you really think that there was a disruption edition, that I'm about to be choosing it as a best recommend. But anyway, the RB13 is going to be the best F1 race car before I'm just being participate in the first Alpha Grand Prix racing event. But here comes the finish line. Gonna have to take one last nitro before it reaches up by having an outcome summary result. There you go. Looks like legendary bundle to be earned and rivalry pro racing to be clearance. Wow. Looks like this is going to be pretty good, impressive. Oh man. 7 legendary parts to be received. Now this is a different kind of a live summit event that I just really love to enjoy. So looks like 4 events to go, and that will might have some check marks to be listed up. On to the next 2 events, we'll be having 2 Motorflix events. We'll be having a Financial District Special and a Stage 1 from New York to Daytona. Now, I have to make sure if I could probably have to think this for taking the next full walkthrough in the journey. But anyway, first up, just gonna have to start out on the Financial District Special before taking on in Stage 1. We'll be doing a touring car event. So let's go over to have the RB14. We'll be going in to be in the Financial District for having a mixed event. This one is going to be the best cover spot to be in the starting point. But I really might need to do a lot of practice for having a new type of Motorflix event will be related to a time attack. So let's go in and try out for a brand new event.
3, 2, 1.
The U.S. Speed Tour East. Around New York City, the Big Apple, the city that never sleeps.
Wow, I kind of like that organizer for having a good presenting commentating. But I respect that. This will might give a good best ways to shine. But this one is very interesting. Taking the time trial in New York City is going to be the different routes. So I bet this is going to be the best place out there we'll be driving around on the road. Just going to have to stay focused on the route, and I could probably have to ace this course. Okay, keep a good maintained control. Okay, very good on that F1 jump. Now going in again. Okay, just gonna have to keep a good calm pressure. I really think that this is the best place that reminds me back from the very beginning. Well, all of us, that is. Come on, just gonna have to go faster. I know taking sharp corners is gonna get much very exercising. Okay, looks like lap number 1 clear. The final lap is gonna be very much challenging, as I never seen it before. Feels like having a wreck and havoc from a monster truck discipline, but only in the F1 to be used as a mixed event. But probably, I can still try to be doing a good, excellent, clean run for having a most interesting event. Just gonna have to go for a minimum amount of boost. There you go. Gonna have to take that landing spot, hold the brake at the right corner turn. Again. Okay, just keep a good maintained formation lineup. Almost there, folks. The finish line is nearly there.
Past the checkpoint they go. Close to finishing. Who will leave their mark?
Right in the nick of time. Flying in the district. Wow, looks like 20 motor stars to be earned. That looks pretty easy and pretty good. Well, it was a very good, excited first time ever to be in the Motorflix event in a different genre. But I kinda like it. This one is a very good, excellent time trial for only 2 laps. Now it's time to get ready to take on Stage 1 from New York to Daytona for the touring car discipline. this is going to be the longest distance we'll be having a good, excited competition. We'll be going in for having a time attack. But that means two types of vehicles will be going in by having a race car or a motorcycle. But anyway, I have to use my Corvette C6R. Will be ready to go on over to participate as an audition. That means taking a lot of practice or having a full walkthrough will be needed. Let's do this.
Welcome to the start of US Speed Tour East, stage number 1, from New York City to Daytona, Florida.
Oh yeah, looks like this is pretty good out there. Gonna have to take that solemn course and going in to take the highway. Gonna have to take that next turn onto the checkpoints. How excited to see this kind of a good, excellent time attack race, folks. But I bet this is going to be the only 4-car challenge that we can probably have to race together as a crew. Just gonna have to go faster, make my way to have that course to be mastered. Close call for sure. Now it's time to go in onto the tunnel. Wow, looks like this is going to be a good flat out. 224 miles per hour in stage 1. This one is going to be quite good to have a check mark to be complete. Alright folks, now I am leaving New York and moving on to have a good racing road trip. But speaking of which, this is going to be having a lot of tricky corners whenever it comes in. I really hope I could probably might have a good photo up by saving a replay. I'll make sure I'll have to come back at any time until this event will be over soon. Looks like the road of the highway is finished. Now it's time to get ready to have a good short length of the road where we get settled in. So I have to follow in onto the line of the apex. Okay, very good. Taking a lot of good, excellent speed. Maybe this one might have some more cornering whenever it comes in by pulling the brake. Slightly in, slightly out by having a good throttle by using the nitro. Gonna have to kick it up the gear. Halfway there, folks. 59% on the progression, and moving on in 60%. Only 40 more to go. Okay, it looks like this is going to be the only slow down position to pass through onto the 50 marker board. Okay, looks like this is going to be doing well. Now coming in onto the town. So let's see, where am I at? Okay, looks like this one might give a good, interesting name in the south. Go straight up to be right back onto the road. Very good. Drive like a good Gran Turismo racer whenever it comes around to master on every corners onto the track. But only in the Crew 2 is going to be taking on the most interesting time attack. But I wonder if I could probably have to try out Grid, the 2019 version of the game. But it is pretty cool to have all kinds of good racing car classes. It's going to be much more brilliant. Alright, looks like this is going to be a long trip out onto the finish line towards Daytona. And go straight back onto the Avenue Road. Only 8% to go, folks. Looks like I'm about to be arrived at Daytona at any minute. Take that next turn. Very good. Pack it up with the nitro and slow down.
The cars are about to reach Daytona, home of the famous Daytona International Speedway. Time to speed up.
Yeah, looks like this is going to be the perfect arrival, but I really hope that everybody really wants to have Daytona International Speedway to be in the Crew 2. But we still have Laguna Seca. It's going to be the most perfect exact landmark to be in the game. But looks like this is going to be a good activity performance complete, but almost to be at 100% complete for having 100,000 points on the Live Summit event. It all comes down to this, folks. Only one more event to go in the Grand Depart. Escape in Uptown New York at Central Park. We'll be having the best challenge. We'll have to drive away in the long distance. So let's do this. This one might give a good perfect hypercar will be recommended by using the Koenigsegg Regera in Sportec Electric Hybrid Ultimate to be having a UDRS logo in it. So I hope you guys like it. This one is the best hypercar will be drive faster to be in the long distance by taking part in skills. Just gonna have to go on over and use that main shortcut to be doing the best spots. Let's drive away and increase the score point by having the most longest distance ever yet. There you go. Objective complete. Gonna have to keep driving. Gonna have to turn left. This will make a good, perfect, exact spot. We'll be going in onto the bridge. Gonna have to hit the nitro as fast as I can. It's getting closer. Gonna have to drive far away. Come on. I hope I can make it. There you go. Bummer. Looks like traffic. Gonna have to go pass through on the overtake. Come on. This one might give a good increased yard distance to be reached up towards 10,000. Leaving New York City, we'll be doing a coast-to-coast road trip. So I have to decide to be used the highways instead. Come on, just gonna have to hit the nitro. The red zone is keep coming into me. Okay, looks like just gonna have to change course. Just gonna have to stay on the one-way road. Bummer. It's getting nearly there. Oh boy, gonna make it. It's keep coming in towards me. Man, that was a pretty long distance trip out there, folks. By the second I thought, this one might give a main outcome result for having a summary. Okay, looks like this one might give the exact route destination we'll be coming in at Detroit. So I have to be passed by, but I have to be very lookout to be on the traffic cars coming in. Oh boy, not this sound again. Ah man, almost had that chance, so looks like 22,000 yards away. But it was a pretty good excited outcome to be dropped away by using the highway. But it looks very good for having a new record set, so I could probably have to go again at any time until this event is over. Or just gonna have to do on free mode at any time. And there you have it, folks. I have finally made it onto the Platinum to be at 5,851st place. This is going to be quite doing a fantastic job, well done, and that means only 4 rewards will be completed before moving on in Wednesday. Grand Depart is complete, and that means the next speed tour will be coming up by having a presentation showcase by featuring the Chevy Corvette C2 Stingray in the 2.0 edition. But this looks a very good mixture, as a classic and a futuristic model is going to be quite very good special to be exclusive. And that goes on for having a blinking white lines underglow to be in the comment as a gold received as a vanity item. Just you wait, folks. Week 1 to be starting out in Stage 1 from New York to Daytona. We'll be moving on in Stage 2. We'll be starting out to be at Cape Canaveral from Daytona to Miami for the second week. Thank you for tuning in on my video, folks. I hope you enjoy. So make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, bell for notification uploads to be turned on, and the links of the description down below if you really want to see more. You can check it out on Instagram, Deepin Art, GT Planet, and other social media platforms if you really want to follow me. And don't forget to support my main project, Vision Total Drama, the next chapter of the Total Drama fan art to support the community. I'll be seeing you guys next time in the live summit event in the Crew 2, and I will see you later in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.